Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a stream actually from Forever Bedrock. I really need to get a second monitor. I have a giant monitor, which is great for multiple windows, terrible for trying to stream from. Okay, so as the title suggests, we're creating some Uno cards in Minecraft today. And we need a bunch of things for that. Mostly sticks, wool, and dye. We're also going to need like 5 shulker boxes to hold this stuff in. I will just do chest for now. Hey Joe. After your stream yesterday, I'm like, I can do this, and I spent way too long planning out the card designs. So we'll just build them where they where they belong. Sorry about that. Still having throat issues. Haven't even finished my lunch because I was trying to set up a second monitor, which of course doesn't work because I need a reboot, and that's not happening right now. I don't want to do it over there though. I'm using shulker boxes. Let's see. That'll be that. Give me this. Oh yeah, a bunch of dyes. I've got a wool farm. It's cheap and easy. Check out my channel to see how to make it. I need black and blue and red and yellow and green and white and probably multiples of all of these. Should have done a count. We know where it is if we need it. So much dropped cactus everywhere. So we got my wool farm. Primarily we'll need white. So let's just start with 4 stacks. And while we're here, we can check out the new zombie spawner fun. I forgot to mention the video, since I used the wooden pressure plate, you can just throw stuff there and wander away and zombies will just come up anyway. You still have to be close to it. Give my stick back. Now I was going to set up out here. Let's go back into my base where it's safe. I can just start building away. Also, I don't think I have a loom on me, because I keep forgetting they exist. That's why. Whoops. No, give me that back. Okay. Shulker box. So there are 25 cards per color, plus 8 black cards. So 108 deck is what we're working on. No, wait. We're going to do a 112 deck because we're doing double zeros. So there's been tons of Uno versions. I'm going to old school. 2 each of 0 through 9. 2 each of the skip, reverse, and draw 2s. and 4 each of wild and draw 4 wild. So let's see. Let me make a stack of dims. And let's start with the draw 4 wild. Throw one of those in there. No, whoops. Already starting wrong. For the draw 4s, we start with red banners to make it easy on ourselves. So let me go get 8 red wool. Red. This is all alphabetical, remember? I just don't remember where it starts. Okay. Now we can do the draw 4s. Or the wilds, I mean. And the only way we can really, I could design it to differentiate between the two is the border color. So draw 4 wilds will have black border, and the regular wilds will have a white border. I obviously can't do math. It's 6 per, not 1 per. But you know what? We'll do the 1. No, we won't. We'll get more. This is why every video I create takes like hours to do. It's just running back and forth because I just don't have the material I ever need. Even if I plan, I count wrong. Even if I remember how many I need, I count wrong. I'm going to need more white wool too. I think it said 42 and I need 104. That's a lot of white banners. Yeah, 26 more. Okay, 8 red. This will now be our junk chest for now. So for draw 4, we start with a red banner. We do now this is what I have, but so I use Planet Minecraft to design these, and they use the Java terms, which are a lot more complicated. Yeah, because I'm with this. So on Bedrock it says yellow per bend, no problem. On Java it's yellow per bend sinister inverted, which seems to me like it should be this one. Yeah, but that's not right. Okay, we'll go with the reality. I won't worry about my notes too much. So we do that, and then we do this, and that gives us the basic card. I said card. Now if I'm smart, and sometimes I am, what I will do, how do you copy banners again? Is it just the regular interface? Yeah. So I take one of these, throw it up here, black dye. Yes, we want the border. This will be our draw 4 wild. So I grab that, then I put this in here. Use white dye, and that'll be our regular wild. So now we make copies of this. And make copies of this. First day card's done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We should only need 4 shulker boxes, shouldn't we? Because it's 26. We might need less. Bad math. Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, I think a lot of people wish Bedrock was more like Java, but if I look at some of the weirdnesses of Bedrock, I do kind of prefer them. Like, I definitely prefer having trident killers over sweeping edge even. Okay, now we're going to do our numbers, and we're just, all I did was went back to my latest tutorial on doing these numbers. So there's going to be a lot of this. What's everyone got to talk about? What's going on? I always like to make my zeros with a slash because A, I'm a programmer and that's old school, and B, it differentiates from the O's. No, not that. Sweeping edge is only there because you can't spam the button like you can in Bedrock. Plus you gotta, I mean, my first Bedrock death was accidentally hitting a zombie pigman at that time when I was aiming for a magma cube. With sweeping edge, I'd be doing that constantly. Zero done. Try to translate these things into English. There's red pale. A little difficult. Oh, these I did off my thing, so these should actually be correct. These should match what I want. Red Chief Dexter Canton, of course. I think that means this. Oh, I need to get a pattern. Where did I put my patterns? Here. No. Here. No. Here? Yes. This entire deck only uses the indented border thing. So it's not as complicated as some of the other ones. Back to red. Just realized I blocked my water with this monitor I've set up that doesn't work. I saw on Twitter that the warden got fixed in RTX. I don't know if you all saw the latest snapshot When you turn on RTX, the warden was just a shadow. Someone said it kind of looked like a Mickey Mouse or a creeper face, and it totally looked like both of those. But it has been fixed. So now it can be extra scary if you like to play in RTX. Chief S. So all of these terms, which are a lot hard for us to understand in a lot of cases, are from the old chivalric things. Red Ben Sinister, yeah. Which, like a lot of modern Western cuisine, originated with the French. So these are basically just French terms for, up, down, left, right, stuff like that. What number am I on? 2. And sinister, fun fact, it's like Latin root for left or left-handed. So sinister, you're by using the term like in the modern American or the modern English sense, it's very ableist against left-handed people. So, I don't know how many people use sinister outside of any kind of like fiction writing. More proof that our language is terrible. In general, like all languages are terrible. They're all, so many words in all languages are just like basically started as insults. Okay, 3. That's it. My son is also left-handed. I think it's what, 11%, 1 out of 9 people. Might be higher. I mean, that number comes out when, I was a kid in the 80s and there were still people in schools and teachers out there like rapping knuckles for trying to use your left hand. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. A regular fist, which must mean something like horizontal line. Probably should have been doing all the color numbers, like do all the ones at once, huh? Instead of all the colors at once. Meh. The real question is, why is this red pale sinister when it's on the right? It must be stage directions. Thought about putting on the music that I've been playing for streams, but it's been driving me crazy, so there's others available. I just didn't feel like it. Okay, what are we doing now? Four. Four. Red Pale Dexter. That's sinister. Yeah, Dexter just means right, so the word ambidextrous even is like based on a right-handedness. What? This isn't English. One color. Oops, I forgot to do that. Actually need to pick up the banner to do the next step. Right pair fess inverted. Now if I'm right. Of course there's an Uno add-on for Bedrock, but that'd be too easy. All right, we're halfway through, so let's double up these banners and stow them. So let me talk a little bit about the redstone ideas I was having for this. The problem as I see it, so randomizer is no big deal. We can actually shove 4 or 5, how many of our shulker boxes worth of cards we have into one randomizer and get a shuffled deck, as it were. The hardest part, I think, is going to be the discard pile, because you can always pick up the last card. Well, maybe it's not that hard, because if you can't pick up more than one. Because I was thinking the problem with Minecraft, you can't do it with chest and other containers, is it's usually first in, first out, but doing first in, last in, first out is a little hard. Computer theory. 5 bend, that's what I thought. Then I like to get fancy. What's the matter, Jonathan? You think you can do it? I think you can. I'm still at the stage where redstone is still mostly, you know, throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. A lot of stuff doesn't. Now I'm just doing this based on memory, which is going to be a great idea, I can tell you. Nothing wrong with this. Total genius. So far, so good. For the discard pile. Wait, you can't pick up? What game am I thinking? Back to Rummy, aren't I? Yeah, you're right. We don't need that at all. Oh, good thing. See, we've already made the game simpler just by me remembering how to play it properly. But that does put into the thought in my head that, you know, we're talking about more complicated games, which could get a little bit harder. I think your idea of euchre would be fine. Contract rummy, maybe not. Any kind of rummy or gin game, maybe not. Gin should be easier. Any game where you can only pick up one card from the discard pile, no problem. Any game where you pick up one or more from the discard pile, that's where it becomes an issue. What number am I working on? 7. And yes, I slash my 7s and my Zs. Force a habit from high school. I didn't go to high school in Europe or anything. I was just an insufferable kid, so. I would have been pretentious if I knew what pretension was. Now, I did try the 8 when I was going through that video with that, and it just didn't look like an 8 anymore somehow. I think it's because it's got 3 bumps instead of 2. Yeah. I was thinking more complicated, where we have this system where the discard is actually a I was thinking of actually just for this game, the discard is just a you just put down the banner as normal. Like, can we put banners on top of hoppers? Because then we can just put on a hopper, break in the next one, drop it into a hopper. I'm definitely overcomplicating what we need to do for these games. So we're going to start it super complicated, then we're going to work our way back to more realistic. Which is essentially how I do my work in general. It's one of those things where you get the job done first, and then you go back in and tweak it so it's better. But I'm all for pre-planning, so I don't have to do a bunch of work ahead of time. I'm just not very good at pre-planning, so I don't have to do a bunch of work ahead of time. I can't believe how seriously we're taking the idea of the complicated chess talk I had yesterday. Because I was thinking, well, this is a terrible idea. And you all were like, yeah, I think that could work. What do I need more of? I need more banners. I'm going to need more white wool. Okay. So for the special cards, I tried to come up with some designs to make them look more like the symbols I use now, but we're just going with R with a S for skip, R for reverse, D for draw. I know it's not exciting. Bend. Let's bend. Of course, bed, obviously. Red Chief S. And in this case, we go for the indented border, just to make it look a little bit more like an S. The R is really complicated. Pale Dexter. Pale. Did I write this down wrong? There it is. Sheesh. Maybe per means half in this case. Told you I was complicated. Then we do a bend. Then for fun, we throw in a white roundel. Then a pale Dexter. Red vests, and finally a border. Yeah, there's no way I was going to do that one from memory. Alright, well that was torture. Glad I only have to do it 3 more times. It looks like we might have enough of each dye. Weird. Oh, except maybe white. Maybe. because they haven't been used as much as I thought. Red Pale Sinister. That's Dexter. Now I can't read my notes because the window's out of place. I'm pretty sure I know what this one says though. Yeah. And now the Red Pale Dexter. Cool. Bed is too far away. I'm right here. Is it overcomplicated? So 13 slots per color. So we can do all 4 colors in 2 shulkers. And then, yeah, I really was wrong on the count. Because we can throw these 2 in any one we want. We throw them in the middle. So 2 shulkers full is all you need. I got carried away. Is anyone surprised? Would it be as fun as just doing it ourselves, though? That's the real question. Definitely going to need more white dye. Or was I taking that? Well, I'm sure it wouldn't work directly in Bedrock, but I've had a lot of experience translating the 2 because, I played on Legacy Console for so many years, and that was not exactly the same, but a lot closer to Java than it was Bedrock. So when we got pushed to Bedrock on the PS4, it was a lot of learning. I mean, if you want to put a spot wherever you thought the gaming spot should be, that'd be great, because I have no idea where to put this. Did we talk about having it above the ground? I know you were checking out that village with that crazy cave system. I think above the ground for gaming district makes sense. Quite frankly, if I wasn't doing these, my idea for a stream today was the build a giant Art Deco building over the entrance that I put into the shopping district, which I'll probably still do, just not today. What am I looking for? Awesome, thanks. Next step. It's so easy to get confused with all this. I gotta say, I'm glad that Skybob ads did not take off, because if I had to do more letters, you could tell it takes so much time. It's like 45 minutes of this. I'm not even halfway through the deck. I've got the most monotonous streams. But then again, my big series was, in the past, was monotonous Minecraft, so I come by it honestly. Oh, and the sound I heard yesterday was not something falling in the kitchen. It's my daughter tripping over the cord from the capture device from the PS4 to the monitor my son was playing on, and knocking over a clock and a bird statue that I need to glue, but I lost my super glue somehow. 4 starts this one, right? Yes. Not quite. Here we go. It's probably quicker if you do it a lot more often. No, the little bird figurine broke. We bought it like at Goodwill or something. I don't remember where we got it from. My son just thought it was funny because it was a big fat bird. Once I find my super glue, I can put it back together. It's no big deal. And the clock was like super cheap. It was my alarm clock, and I hated it because when the alarm would go off, it was like a voice started, power on, and then it would play the radio station I had it set to, which is like, why? And we turn it off, power off. It was the most annoying thing in the world. I like to be eased into waking up, not disturbed by some random computer woman's voice saying, power on. I know, weird complaint, but there we have it. I was watching some iJumping yesterday where he was helping Joe Hills, and they were talking about pinball and how like it takes so many of us like forever to realize that, you know, there's a point to pinball. All the different tables have like different rules and setups and stuff like that. And, you know, when we all start playing off, we're just like bashing around. It just reminds me going back. I was like 6, I think, when my granddad taught me how to play, which I never called. Grandpa taught me to play pinball. No doubt at a bar because, you know, 80s in the Midwest or South. I don't know where I was exactly. Where am I taking this? I drag it all the way over. No. So I've been playing more recently with keyboard and mouse. I feel like it's hard to be good at a video game when you're constantly looking at the keyboard to see where your fingers are. I need a lot more wool. Probably still need a lot more wool. Yes, I remember how to draw an S. R. These R's again. Whoops. Well, that was the wrong button. All right, halfway there. Second half should take less time, for some reason. Just realized I'm totally done with the black dye. Cool, thanks. Is it actually chunk aligned? Or at least close? In case that matters. Awesome. I've been using one of my banners from Skybob ads. I think it's actually from the Cave Engineer banner from when I'm doing the chunk line stuff. I'm like, that's good enough. It's a banner. Come to think of it, I could have just taken those banners to do the red numbers and letters here. Dang it. I meant to do that. Where did I leave off? You know, this kind of thing you really get into the groove of. You just kind of sit back and just do your thing, and 20 minutes later realize you've done a bunch of stuff wrong. I am hoping that is not the case. But I would not be too surprised if it happened. Yeah. Quickly running out of white dye. I mean, in my pockets. I got tons of storage. We grab some before I forget. 1. Perfect. Just realized I was sitting with the worst posture in the world. Ow, my back. I'm gonna need more banners. Oh wait, I've got more banners. Banners use up way too much wool. It doesn't make any sense. In Rummy, I can't remember. Gin and Rummy variants blend in my mind so well. Gin you only put down when you're all done. Rummy you put down as you go. But as far as picking up the cards, one of them picks up the top one and one of them picks up all the way down to any point in time you want. But you have to play that last card that was in a stack. I just don't remember which one is which. And there's probably variants of both where that happens, so. What am I doing? S. I'm glad I double checked that. Because I was not certain. These sounds sound like a slide projector. Does that make any kind of sense? See if there's a way to do that in that interface. Feels like there should be, I just don't know what it is. So I need twice as many. Yep, I know it takes one stick. Get back on the bed. I need like a stack in the little. I'm getting wool as I'm sitting here, as I'm doing this though. That's helpful. How much cactus am I getting? Oh, that's filling up fast. Okay, so the stacking the draw twos and draw fours, that is the way we all learn to play, but by the rules, no. I don't think. There's so many dang rules. Let's see. Yeah, there's no stacking, it's just the one. I guess that is how we always played. Someone else recently, though, talked about doing it a different way. I think my wife maybe grew up stacking them. Okay, last batch. I actually went to a site called unorules.org. Obviously unofficial, but very helpful. It has a bit of the history. And a fact I haven't read about why do we play this game wrong? I forgot to make my banners. Also, why would I do... Oh. Obviously painfully distracted here. Interesting. No, we always did draw twos for the next person, and it was just essentially a skip play. It's always fun to go back and forth with a bunch of skips and reverses, though, when you're playing two-player. I should keep that down there, make this easier. As someone who grew up around a lot of people, played a lot of different card games, that puts my teeth on edge. There are a few card games where it's almost anything goes as far as like play order, but not many. It's really not ones that I play regularly or ever have. I'm also incredibly impatient about cards, like playing cards. The house rule for all card games is if you have to ask, then yes, it's your turn. I knew I didn't have enough wool. Wait, that's just enough, right? What the heck am I? 8 times 2. Nope, not enough. What am I going to do with that? It's already got 6 things on there. The limit. The end. Banners. So my grandma used to tell me a story about, I don't know, her grandfather, great uncle, someone related somewhere, that would play cards. And he only had one arm because he lost his other one in a war. I don't know which one. And so he would get his cards dealt to him and look at them once and lay them out in front of him face down on the table and go about playing the game. And he never looked at the cards again. Like, he just memorized where they all were placed. And I want to say he did this even with bridge, which is, 13 cards you start with. Which on the one hand, yeah, I could see someone doing that. On the other hand, I can't imagine doing that for myself. You do these a few dozen times right in a row, and it gets easier to remember how to do them. Be a lot quicker if I could just do it that way. Not that one. Ugh. Done and done. Well, I mean, once I copy these last three. Just trying to think how I thought this needed 5 shulker boxes. I mean, I have a pretty good idea how I thought that, because I forgot you could double up things. With enough card games, we'll have them beating down the door. put away this red wool. And that cactus. Figure out something to do with all that brown. I used some for my totem shop, but apparently not enough. And orange. I was paying attention how much was in there when we first started, but less than that. Because it looks like we got almost 2 stacks and it's just sitting, just doing that last batch. Okay. So I have all the cards. Now I have determined that the durability on my unbreaking boots, gold boots, is high enough where I can use my soul speed to get to the new area without them breaking. Which is good because that's the fastest way. Didn't there used to be more chickens around here? Really? This feels a lot faster on the PlayStation. A lot faster. Yeah, I ran through here once and I kept stopping like every 100 blocks checking it out. Okay. It uses up like 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the durability, but you get XP on either side. It's fine. Oh, see, that wasn't even that much. I think if we go to Battling Castle Portal, we should be able to fly over to the gaming district. Oh, weird. That's totally just right there. Who would have known? I suppose there's scaffolding up to this. Deeski's not online, or else I could turn on the XP farm. Apparently the Lunar Moon threw in her doing a trident there too, so either one of them really. Nope, can't drive through the B. I think it might be the subtle place right here. Put it on this side. Okay, so apparently a creeper just came in from somewhere. Did you watch that happen? Thanks. Lag. All right. Good test. Good test. The armor held. And more importantly, it didn't go up right next to the chest. Gaming district, not safe. Good to know. Fill in the holes. Come on. All the way, not just on top. He had to have come from this cave. Just realized that this is a double chest, so it's going in there differently, isn't it? Oh no, it'll work. Oh, jeez. I hate lag. There's a bunch of fun stuff down there. I was just lighting it up with a torch with a arrow. Why would you do that? Alrighty then. So we got the cards done in an amazingly slow amount of time. Jonathan's laid out a good spot for us. I hate path blocks. Those are part of paths. And I think I could run home with this. I I usually don't come out to the new area without a bunch of stuff to trade or drop off. In the either storage, usually not storage, usually in the totem, a bookshop. Which I did get, I think most of the books for the golden armor and tools I got from the raid farm. Some really good stuff. There's so many caves. A few cliffs, but so many caves. Oh, Jonathan, I thought that was you. Saw a guy walking around in gold armor. Figured it was just him. Now, I don't remember. There's a big cave over here that I think almost connects with the shopping district. Where'd it go? That one. I think it's close. I figured that's what he was doing. I knew one of the buildings around here had bed, but I didn't know which one. Yeah, I mean, I figured we just had a third golden guy finally. This is always fun. Village generation in here is insane in this game. I need to up my brightness. The settings on the PS4 are also brighter because they're made for crappy TVs which have terrible response. Let's see how our water on Mars is doing. Ooh, oh yeah, that's good. I think get some more over here though. Oh, one fell in there. No guys, stay on the orange. This is a skeleton horse I left a while ago. Oh look, there's one of the pumpkins he missed. And another one. So, speaking of creeper explosions, one of the new versions, they're correcting those mistakes so that no longer happen. Where did he put all those things? Which means I'm going to be blown up a lot more often. Because I am totally clueless when I didn't even hear that go off. Like, usually you hear a little sis. I heard nothing. Why is he dancing over here? Now there really is water on Mars. And fish. Oh, pumpkin head. another one out here. Oh, a whole bunch of them over here. Not lag much. Oh, where's that one going? Only 4 down. Funny if one went down there. Oh, he's getting there on his diamond beacon. That's my pickaxe. Like, I don't remember anything dropping a pickaxe. I've been practicing a lot with the flying. Landing is still a little rough, but I'm usually good at not blasting into walls at least. Yeah, I probably just need to hang some vines here. It's a little too dark. I need a lot more books. Should probably go fishing. Some of these books came from fishing earlier too. Plenty of totems though. I'm gonna go dump this stuff in. Put the stuff in storage for anyone else who might need it. Especially if anyone else is gonna do the challenge next month. Those should just be everywhere. I don't know why we're creating a sidewalk. We should be creating those. Zombie piglin die much? Hey DSK, you missed all the fun. And by fun, you missed me creating 108 banners. Not individually, of course. I copied a bunch of them. It felt like they were individual. Especially at the beginning when I wasn't doing it by memory. I was still looking at the list. We need to create like different biome dioramas right here, make this ride more interesting. Okay, turn these on while we're playing. It's not possible, right? No. It's probably for the best. Yeah, I figured that. I think my entire family is too. I got up 4 hours before anyone else in my household. That's kind of unusual. I mean, it's barely afternoon where you are, so that works. Chicken gang. Oh, yeah, it's happening. Bye, chicken. Well, I mean, I might as well finish off by. See, these halls are all tall enough to fly in. Ah, till I blow up again. Not much longer. I got used to Jonathan sleeping when I was screwing around. Wonder if that XP farm works if I'm anywhere on the realm. I don't think it should, but you never know. So I'm going to put a series of beacons throughout the nether just so I can have speed 2 on. Who's meowing? Is that you meowing? Shut up, all of you. Which one, what? Not only is there chat lag, but I said a bunch of random stuff. I'll get some raids done. That dude just said, ow. Oh, the, any of them really. I was talking about the Guardian farm, how when you're online I can go to yours, but usually you're in that area. And I was saying I don't think the Guardian XP farm would work for other people unless I was in an area, but it'd be weird to, it'd be interesting to see. Figure I might as well do some raids. See if it works well. Half times it does. Actually, more than half the time it does. Sometimes not so much. I also learned that sometimes they... Oops, I forgot to turn on the top. Which I do a lot. Sometimes the raids will spawn in the bottom Trident Killer area, which is very odd. I left it on last time I left. That's what I would assume. It makes no sense not to be able to, you know, be within some sort of range like that. But then again, a lot of stuff in this game, especially this version, doesn't make a lot of sense. So, you know. It's really hard to get these back. So whenever we're over here, all I'm doing is organizing while the raid goes on behind me. Take out the iron tools, I can melt them down. This is my incredibly slow iron farm that also happens to produce, you know, emeralds and totems of undying and books. Also get some crossbows for fuel to melt down the iron. So I got raid victory, but I also have, stop it, I can't do that. I forget how to look at this stuff when I'm touchpad. I don't know how to look at the timing for the the raid and the thing. How you start a raid? I can't remember words anymore. PlayStation, you just hit the weird pad, but that doesn't work here. Alright, anyway, when that raid victory symbol is still up there, you know you can't start a raid yet. But if you get to the village area with that still engaged, what'll happen is that it'll cancel out the effect of whatever the heck that is when you kill the guy with the banner. That I can't remember the name of. That's the whole point of getting this and starting off a raid. I only get 3 totems of a dying from that raid instead of at least 4. I don't think so. Keep the bottles to trade to villagers too. Sticks I don't usually, I just collect until I have a stack and then I take it back, same with all the other stuff. I haven't gotten a stack of heads yet. Potions I drink and then take the empty bottles to trade with villagers. Yeah, I've been using them to burn, to melt down iron tools, armor. So we got crossbows for days. You know, if I just stop burning them. Turn that off. Go get this last raid done. Yeah, I know sticks are tradable too, but I use them for torches and ladders and banners in this episode, in this stream. Sticks are too useful to trade usually. Plus, they're a terrible trade, even with the villagers being rolled over to get better rates. And here's what happens when there's a failed raid. Not a failed raid, but the raid farm doesn't quite go off like it's supposed to. I just sit up here and pick them off. Eventually, once I get my aim down. It's better when it's the first raid wave than when it's a later one. It has Ravagers and everything else. But even so, I've done dozens and dozens of raids and have never died. So this could be a first. If it's a later raid, I will go down there and collect like the totems and emeralds and stuff. Otherwise, I don't really care because it's just junk. People keep dropping their pants. Hold on to your pants. Quick charge and mending 1. Well, quick charge is useless, but mending 1 is always good. Yes, I could build a sorter for this, but why bother? Gives me something to do while I'm waiting here. So we're on hard, which means there should be 7 raids because we're on Bedrock. And I've literally never kept track. just keep playing until I stop. So it is stopped, which means there are 2 things stuck somewhere. First thing we do is the same thing as before. Look around. We go up top. I thought I heard, huh? What? Well, that's going to be difficult. It just got interesting, folks. Oh, I got word of one of them. Take gravity, sucker. I couldn't tell if that hit or not. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. Oh man, he took out half my leaves. It's getting breezy in here. Jerks. Oh well, wouldn't be Bedrock if it wasn't some weirdnesses here and there. It's amazing how well I do with the bow when I don't have lag killing me. All right. Where's he standing? There he was. There's where he was standing. Oh look, 8 more banners. I'm gonna fly back, drop some stuff off at the base, and then probably head over to enjoy my raid victory. Wrap things up here. One of the things I'm going to do is put extra, refill the arrows here. Oh, I should grab some more. The best part of this entire build is watching them step on that pressure plate and shoot themselves with arrows. Just like that. All right, thanks for joining in. If you missed the first couple hours, there'll be a replay posted eventually. In the meantime, I'm still stripping out copyrighted music from the Star Wars streams, and maybe I'll do that game later tonight, since I haven't played it in 3 days, because I'm trying to stream the whole thing, which means that if I want to play it, I need to stream, but no one's watching when I'm playing it because it's the middle of the night. Well, except for maybe now DSK and Lunar Moon, since they're on night hours. What's that? You guys want some lava too? Fine. Oh, you're tired of getting stuck in the middle, so you might be pushed out further? There you go. Yes, I'll come over and hit you with a sword too. That's fine. This is way too much fun. I'll talk to y'all later.